And we gather again today at the Positive Living Center. And all the familiar faces in the audience are all the people I know and love. And
I'll take care of you.
LJ's, aha. There's always things to do on the computer, whether we're aware or not. They pop up, they go away, they pop up, they go away. The beauty of the Positive Living Center is the fact that it's a non-denominational gathering of like minds who want to share and love and create that new thought awareness. And as we start today, we know that we're all connected, that we're all wanting to be loved and to love, that we're all here wanting to change things and move through aspects of growth and becoming more loving, more positive, and understanding our thoughts are our power. It's our vibration. We're very fortunate to welcome back John and Joyce, who have been off traveling and having their amazing adventure cross country. And I see two more friends coming in. And I'm going to have you stand up because you're already halfway standing up, and introduce yourself, because I met you at the Sierra Art Trails. You came to my home, and these are very loving, positive, living people from Fresno. You were?
I'm Arlen.
He's Arlen.
Well, actually, Arlen was what we call me.
And that's Tammy.
Yeah, I'm Tammy.
Yes, welcome to the Positive Living Center. Yeah, good to see you come back. They joined us for the drum circle last night, and I didn't scare them away. John Lalonde will do his amazing flute music before our meditation. And I'm going to move the world again.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Jim.
What a rich morning, what a rich weekend we have here in Eastern Madera County with this wonderful weather, blue skies, clear air, the fall festival, art trails going on, PLC and a new class, and the Chichancy powwow going on. So there are a lot of things to do this weekend. So welcome. I'm going to play for a bit and then we'll go into silent meditation.
As we gently meditate, let the body relax,
across your feet. Let your body release all the tension, all the pressure. Be here, be now. Gently return back to your body. Relaxed, refreshed, feeling reconnected to who you really are. Everybody back? You with us, Joe? Are you with us? Yes. I'd like you to welcome Joe Bull, Reverend Joe Bull, for the spiritual thought today.
Gonna get that photo. Who's that little guy? That works better for us bigger guys.
Guy, I work with giants.
Good morning. Oh, I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you this morning. It was mostly about letting you know I really wanted to have a spiritual experience with God. That's what I wanted all my life. I knew this for some reason. I said, there is a reason for me being on this planet, and how do I enjoy myself on this planet while I'm here? Well, when I was a little kid, I always believed in God. In fact, I feared God. Some of the churches I had attended with my mom, it seemed like everybody was always barking about how powerful God was, and we had to behave as children. And I thought, there's got to be more to God than this. There's got to be a way I can connect with God. And God's not this fearful looking being up in the sky someplace. So as I moved through life and into my 20s, Luana and I got together, and we went to different churches trying to find a place that would suit both of us so we could both attend the same place. And we had a friend of hers turn us on to the Positive Living Center in Fresno. And we went, and it was quite different than anything I'd ever seen before in a church setting. Everybody was positive. Everything we talked about was positive. And when the service was over, people greeted us like we've been there forever. And we wanted to go back. So we went back next Sunday to find out more about this great feeling that we are receiving. And the rest is history, of course, because here we still are. And that was in about 1985. So we kept going to Science of Mind churches, and we ended up taking the Foundations course, which was probably the best course I'd ever taken. Even to this day, the Foundations course is the best of truly understanding how to connect with God. And there was a Reverend, Dodie Henry, was my instructor, and she was sweet and kind. And she, when I'd ask her questions, she would answer everything I asked. And if I was wrong, she let me know very politely that I was wrong. And this is how it really works with God. And I asked her, I said, I really want to have this spiritual experience with God. And she says, you're going to start having that now. It's because it's what you want, and it's what God wants from you. And I started to realize that really God was on my side, and I can use this power each and every day. I did not realize that God lived within me. I had no idea. I always seen God up there and me down here. And when I learned that God lives within me, it really turned me on to reading more about these teachings through the Science of Mind textbook. But the Foundations course also gave me confidence that I was going down the right trail and learning about God and how to use this power that God gives us. I remember we took, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 more courses together, Luana and I did. And I started applying these teachings everywhere I went. I was more upbeat, smiling all the time. People at work going, what are you smiling about? Because I worked in a very negative atmosphere at work. It was always, we're always dealing with crime and people with problems. And it wasn't a real happy place to work. But I found out that through these teachings that I can apply this to help others as well, to see a better light in all things. So what I found out later on as I went through my teachings and learning the 5 steps of prayer. The 5th step is what really stuck with me about knowing how to really truly release and let go of the prayer that you are asking for. Let go of it, move on with your day, and your answer will come to you. And it always did. It always did. I applied it to everything. I was testing these teachings to see if it was a bunch of woo-woo stuff or is this something that really works? And it does. And that's why I'm still here in these teachings, and that's why I love these teachings. I have learned to become a true believer because I know that God lives right here in the center of me, and God is available to help me whenever I need that kind of help. All I need to do is pray, and you all know this too. But believe it and you will see it. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Ball. I always appreciate your words of wisdom and all your experience in life having to work as a peace officer. Yeah. Things change. Our lovely, wonderful flute player, John Alon. You're welcome.
Let me introduce you to my new flute. I got this flute this summer, and I also learned a new scale. The Miyako Bushi scale just uses a few different notes than the common 5-note pentatonic scale. And let's just see if you hear a difference.
John, do you mind bringing your flute closer so that the Zoom folks can actually see that beautiful flute? It's amazing. Wow. Oh, that is so pretty. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
We're so fortunate. So many talented people on levels. And speaking of one talented people, we have LJ Bull speaking today.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, so Miss Diane. Okay, she likes it when my head's not covered. All right, there we go. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So good to see everyone. I have a report. Amber and John are growing like weeds. These are kittens that we got. They're ginger and a little bit of tuxedo white, and they're our new family members. Oh my gosh, is there so much rambunctiousness and play and love. And Johnny comes up and he greets me so rapidly. Hi. And then he leaves. But the hi has to get in. He has to say hi to me. And he actually doesn't just say hi to me. He says hi to everybody. He says hi to Margot, hi to Joe, hi to Amber, hi to Luan. So fun. Oh my gosh, so much energy. The themes we have for this month, as I'm recalling, are spiritual evolving, mental significance, physical experience. And so my talk today is definitely going to touch on some of those. I was watching a TV show. I'll tell you my latest thrill on TV, because I love stories. I love stories being told, whether it's by books or film. And lately, Korean dramedies are my favorite, South Korean dramedies. And I was watching one of them, and I've watched more than one, so you could call it a guilty pleasure. But I was watching one of them, and what I noticed is that they had some similarities in the scenes, and they had some similarities in the writing of some possible health issues that caused me to think of an outcome. So the similarities that I was witnessing caused me to think of an outcome that I had previously seen on a previous show. And I carried that familiar thinking throughout watching this show. And I saw how it caused this experience not to be as complete or as full or as present as it might have been had I not been carrying this other premise into it. And being the thinker that I am, the contemplator, the reflector, I go, how often am I doing that in my life? How often am I having familiar experiences? There's something a little familiar about it. And bringing those thoughts, those undercurrent tapes playing in my mind, how much of that is maybe not letting me be as full and present to the now, to the new, to the what is. And so I got to ponder on that a bit. And that's where I left it. Okay, maybe. Also, one of the things that happened in watching my little South Korean dramedies is I got exposed to a California musician, a singer-songwriter by the name of Rachel Yamagata. I'd never heard her work at all. And the way I'm going to tie it in, I'm not going to play her song, although you all want to hear it. No, I don't know if it's here or not. But here's the thing that happened, is in the themes that we have for this, and I'm pondering on it all week for this month, I'm reminded of the song I sang when I was 7 years old. Now, it could have been one of the most lovely songs that were out when I was 7 years old, but it wasn't. The song I was singing at that time was, if you're born a woman, you're going to be lied to, cheated on, and treated like dirt. Yes, those were the lyrics. And I remember too that in going through high school and such, a lot of the songs, or even the 60s, and I love the music from Motown, but a lot of the songs were not healthy relationship songs. A lot of them were not recognizing each other's magnificence songs. And why do I bring that up? Is because Rachel's song had words in it like, I feel you, even though they weren't physically present with each other at that moment. And it had songs like, I've never been so, lyrics like, I've never been so exposed. Acknowledging how vulnerable we can all be. And you've reached into my soul. There's so much more to the song than what I just shared, but I think you got just a taste of it. And why do I bring that up? Because we are evolving. Songs are evolving. The way we express with each other is evolving. And what is evolving in my heart feels like it's the way we are realizing and revealing spirit. But spirit is the all in all and has always been and always will be exactly what it is. And we get to express it in new, leading edge of creation, leading edge of expression, leading edge of caregiving and support, leading edge of liberating and envisioning. We get to express it. And that brings me to, this is the second Sunday of the month. And usually you get Bob Hand on the second Sunday of the month. And Bob asked if I could switch, and I was very happy to do so. But I got to bring in a little history on the second Sunday because Bob's wonderful at doing that. So we have been taught that all that can be created has always already been created by God, and that there is nothing, no thing being withheld. And it is done unto us as we believe, which may sound a little paradoxical, but I think it's just the big and. We get to realize and reveal, as I said, but it is God within that doeth the work. So here we go. Judaism. About 3,500 years ago, it was introduced. It was birthed. Pythagoras, about 2,600 years ago, he showed up. Buddha, about 2,585. Confucius, 2,573. These are approximates, mind you. Lao Tzu, 2,520. Socrates, 2,500. Kuan Yin, 2,000 plus years. Christ, 2,000 plus years. The first Pope, 1925. Muhammad, 1459. Meister Eckhart, 762 years ago. Emma Curtis Hopkins, about 173 years ago. Mahatma Gandhi, 153 years ago. Ernest Holmes, 135 years ago. The Peace Pilgrim, 114 years ago. Saint Teresa of Calcutta, 112 years ago. Martin Luther King Jr., 93 years ago. Angelo Pizzello, 80 plus years ago. Imagine how much their thinking evolved from when they came into the planet. Yes, they came in with a special purpose, maybe, but they came in and their awareness evolved. We could even say Thich Nhat Hanh. You know, it's an incomplete list I gave. And we could say everyone in this room. We are already of the divine source. And our awareness is evolving about what that means to each of us. The significance and what it is that we are here to do. I know I do this thing that I do. I am that I am. And I love that we are, every one of us, bringing exactly who we are. No apology. No expectation that we have to be different than we are. Neville Goddard, this is from Patty's spiritual thought this last week. Neville Goddard, each of us, each person is born with an infinite power against which no earthly force is of the slightest significance. Sometimes we get that turned around, huh? We think those earthly forces are so something. How many are familiar with the Beatitudes? Anybody? Yeah, the Beatitudes. They are from the Bible, and they are in Matthew. And the reason I love the Beatitudes is kind of like that one thing in the Lord's Prayer. Now I've got to get to it. Excuse me, I'm going to go through the Lord. Let's just go through the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed, holy, sacred be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth or on earth, however you prefer, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, no shyness there. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I used to not like that one because it didn't sound very positive. But it's saying that we're deliverable from anything that doesn't feel like living. Doesn't feel true to our nature, true to God, true to source. We're deliverable. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. So that theme of deliverable, now, I would just say the theme of contrast and how it serves us. We start one place and we move to what is truer for us, what is more real for us, we evolve our awareness. The Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. We don't have to start out in our celebratory state. We get to start out wherever we are. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. The reciprocity of this magnificent life that we live in. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. If there is anything in your heart you're hoping is possible, is here for you, my heart says to you, it's right where you are. It is right where you are. And you don't have to move anywhere to find it. You don't have to do anything to get it. You don't have to deserve it. It's already one of the many facets of your magnificent gemstone, your diamond that you are, your radiance and your resonance. It's right where we are. And we are evolving in our awareness of this. And for me, that's the spiritual journey. Namaste.
Thank you, LJ. As LJ had mentioned before, we have a healing circle on the third Sunday of the month, which is going to be next week. And there's often this wonderful energetic that runs through the room that fills each person with what it is you specifically need. Nothing more, nothing less. And we have an offertory. If anyone, hi Barney, you snuck in again. If you'd like to come up and pass the offertory around, do one or two, doesn't matter. And Leo, you're here too. There you go.
Kind of male centric, but it's.
Thanks, sweetie.
How you doing, honey?
Good, good.
It's always-
And if you'll say with me, divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. And there is a little gift on the back of the chair if you would like to take your prayer protection and the different prayers available. Certainly feel free to take that with you. The Positive Living Center is a self-supporting group where we have our doors open and our lights on because of you. And there is great gratitude for all the help and all the consideration that you give for this center, for all the beauty that is shared here. Thank you, Barney.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Bless you. Thank you. And on Zoom, we have a Missy often has information on how to pay on PayPal and all those things. So we're grateful for that. Does anyone have any announcements to make today? Hands go up. Yes. I'm going to go way in the back. Come on up, Jen.
It's my birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday, sweetie. And we're happy to have you.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Barney?
There's live music happening in the park today, and so they're going to be generous enough to let me play a few songs. So you might want to come out after if you will see. So,
Perfect. Great. Excellent. Next. It's the Bulls. Who's going to be first? You could come together if you'd like.
We can do that.
Come on up.
Just a reminder that we have our class starting today. If you have any interest in the prayer practicing class, it's going to be wonderfully experiential. Just being together in the practice of prayer, vigil holding, also maybe some walking meditations around here, some mantras, the experience of being in prayer partnering, every bit of it, just getting us more and more comfortable with how we can evolve our awareness about what God, what this source, what this amazing universal presence is to each of us. So
Wonderful.
11:30. It starts at 11:30.
Good. Just want to remind the guys that our first men's group meeting will be this Wednesday night from 6 to 7. And it's on Zoom only. And so I'm hoping that you'll log in with me and get a chance to know each other better and talk about men's stuff. Okay, so thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
You guys do need to get together and talk. My observation. Okay. Thank you. As you know, we had a drum circle last night and it was absolutely wonderful. It's every second Saturday of the month between 4 and 5. And John Lalonde has a flute circle. Will you be here for next month?
Yes.
Okay. They travel so much, I didn't know. Got to check.
We're not
traveling
anymore.
Got to nail them down. And that's from 2
2 to 3:30.
to 3:30. So bring your flutes because they're, I came in yesterday and I could hear them and it just sounded magical to hear that voice of the flute. Love that. So, thank you for that. And since you were the speaker today, LJ, who will be speaking next week? Do you know?
Reverend Bob Hand.
Dr. Bob. I love Bob Hand because he comes from that historical, scientific humor, which I enjoy immensely because, you know, we really do have to understand there's a lot of cosmic jokes going on right now. So, okay. If you would like to look at your little card again, we can do the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And do we get more music from John Lalonde?
Yes.
Yay. And I'm going to ask Angelo because because Sandy West isn't here, if Angie would close our. Would you do that for us, Angie?
Absolutely.
Thank you, honey.
Well, I'm fighting the urge to say this, but I'm going to men's stuff. Go Niners. I don't really mean that. That's a joke. I call this next song cheerfulness. Some of it sticks.
Thank you, John. Yes. And I would like to ask Angelo to pray us out, and I'm going to see if I can do computer things here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. Let's go within to that top floor of awareness where we know that we are this life form of divine energy. We are an incarnate life form of God, superior to any and all things that happen to us in this human drama. We know that this human drama teaches us that soul awareness, that awareness of how powerful we are. So we accept right here now because we know that which we're grateful for expands in our life. So I'm grateful for the awareness that which we experience is for my greater good, even though we may not appear, it may not be apparent in the moment. So I'm grateful for this. I know this is so. I know that I'm a dimension of infinite possibilities and unlimited potential. So I face this human drama not out of fear and doubt, but about expectations and awareness, but that the highest healing energy that we are is that awareness of who we are. I'm grateful for this. I know this is so, and say it with me loud and clear.
And so it is. Hold that wisdom in your hearts. Fill your day with love and beauty and light. Take it with you out into the world and know that you make a difference, that you are light carriers, that you change everything that you touch. Thank you for being you. And come visit again next Sunday. Aho.